Hello! In this video today I'll be showing you how to add an app tile to your Launchpad in Glow. So I'm on the Glow login screen. I'm just going to type in my username and my password. As usual, if you're not sure what your username and password is, please get in touch with sbcglow@skillborders.gov.uk. When we first go into Glow, we're met by the RM Unify Launchpad. At the moment, I'm on my Launchpad. You can also be on the shared Launchpad. Basically, my Launchpad is just for you. It's fully personalized. Only you will see that. Shared Launchpad depends what group you're in. So this is the teachers one I'm looking at. There's also one for students, for non-teaching staff, and we can also set up Launchpads for certain years. So you could have a primary 1 or an S3 Launchpad. Obviously, so the idea is that resources and tiles that are used by them are there. So the first way, if I click back on my Launchpad, I'm going to show you that you're able to add an app is by clicking Add over here, and we'll click Add in this corner. And the first way of doing this is doing it from the app library. So the library is just a lot of different apps, a lot of different links that you can use on Glow. My advice would be first of all to click on the free apps at the top left hand corner. So if I know that there's a specific app that I know has already been created, this is where I would find it. So if you imagine that I'm wanting to use the Clan, the Road Home app, all I would do is I'd click on it, and then I would click Add to my Launchpad. When I do that, it just says that. And that is it added. And now if I cross that off and go back to my Launchpad by clicking up here, you'll now see, if I click along, Clan is there. The other thing I could have done, if I go back to App Library at the top, so this is the other way of getting there, if I click on Free Apps again, if I clicked on Clan and then clicked Install, I can then install this to the shared Launchpads as well. So I could click, right, I want the students to be able to see that, and students, and I could say specifically the P4 or the primary 6, and I could also say, right, the teaching staff have access to install this, and I want it to appear on their Launchpad as well. Now if I click Save, it'll tell me it's been updated. So now when I go back to my Launchpad, and if I go to the shared Launchpad, you should now see this appearing here as such. So those are two quick ways to do it if you know this in the app library. A lot of the time though, teachers want to use links that they just use a lot of the time in their classroom. So imagine that I want to use maybe a maths game. I'd first of all find the address for that maths game, so I'll just search for maths games at the moment. And if maybe I'm looking for this one, Cool Math, let's copy that. And all I would do is just copy that so it's ready to go. On my Launchpad, I then click Add, and then a personal tile. Now all I have to do is simply type all these things in. So title, we'll call it Cool Maths Games. Address or URL, well that's the address that I got from up here. So if I just paste that in, I then have the option to either create by uploading my own image, or I can click Generate Thumbnail. And what this will do is it will take a screenshot of the website and put it as a little picture. Subtitle is just what comes underneath, so I'll just write Games for Maths. And then if I click OK, that is it, now added as a tile on my Launchpad. You can also do this to specific sites in Glow now. So if I go to my school site, and this will pop up, a lot of tiles have already been created for the SBC Glow sites themselves. But if you imagine that here we have our staff room, so I'm going to copy the link to the staff room. I'm going to go to my Launchpad. I'll click Add again, add a personal tile, and I'll call it Staff Room Glow Site. I'll paste that in, and what should then come up, it'll say, hey, we've noticed that that's from Office 365. You don't need to worry about that. That's just saying that they've made that connection. This time I'm going to upload a picture, what I want from there, so I'll click Upload, I'll click Browse, and I have one here that I'll use, and if I click Upload, it'll come up as that. I'll then click OK, and now that will appear there. If you've added something you no longer want, there'll be the option down here that says Edit Launchpads. I can click that. This means that I can rearrange where things are, or I can actually delete ones that I no longer want. So that's how that works. When I'm finished, I will click Save Changes, and that's it done. Thank you for watching.